Hello everyone, this is Usha, Assistant Professor, Department of ISC, SDMIT Ujire. Let's understand the concept of classes, objects, how we can instantiate an objects and all. Here first we can understand the class in Java. A class is a group of objects which have common properties. It is a template or blueprint from which objects are created. The classes are a logical entity, it can't be a physical. If we consider one class, this class can consist of the fields, methods, constructors, blocks, nested class and interfaces. Here is a syntax to declare a class, that is a class followed by the class name. It can consist of the fields and methods. So usually in the Java language we are using the class name begins with the capital letter. Next we can understand the concept of object. An object in Java is a physical as well as logical entity, whereas class in Java is a logical entity only. An object is an instance of a class. In Java language, because of it is an object oriented language, each and every term is treated as an object. So for us we seen in the picture, pencil is an one object, apple is an one object, board is an one object, like that each and every item, each and every term is an object in Java. When we are using the term object, each and every objects are having their own characteristics, that is state of the object, behavior of the object and identity of the object. Next we can understand about the new operator in Java. The new operator is also followed by a call to a class constructor which initializes the new object. Nothing but we can use the new operator to initialize the new object. Here is a syntax to define the or to initialize the new object, that is class name followed by variable name. Here var -name is nothing but an object name. In the second line, var name is equal to new class name followed by the open bracket close bracket, means it is a method. So we are using the class name followed by the method, so that by the end of the initialization of the object, constructor will be called. Here is an example how one class, then how we can create the objects corresponding to this class. Class box is having 3 instance variables, width, height, depth, of type double. Next we are creating an object name with the my box. So box my box is equal to new box. How it will work in the memory means, when I call or when the statement box my box is executed, during that time my box one area will be created, but at this stage our memory will not be allocated. When the second statement is executed, my box is equal to new box, then memory will be allocated for each and every variables and all. So when we go to the variables, because of the class box consists of the 3 instance variables, initially are as a default value, values are filled with the 0. Because of the type double, the default values are 0.0 will be allocated for each and every instance variables. Now how we can create or initialize the object? There are 3 ways to initialize the object, that is by reference variable, by method and by constructor. In the next slides we can understand one by one with the examples. Here for the first method is just by assigning our Java program to demonstrate assigning of object reference variables. How we can instantiate the object through the reference variables, or how we can assign the objects to the or through the reference variables. Here I am considering a class box with of 3 instance variables, width, height and depth of double data type, and I am considering one more class test where I am defining a main method. So inside the main method I am creating 2 objects B1 and B2. So I am creating an B1 object using the new operator, that is box B1 is equal to new box method. So next I am creating one more object B2, but I am assigning that with the B1 value. Nothing but these two objects are created separately but sharing a common memory locations. Whatever the updation done corresponding to these objects, or whatever the modification done with any one of the object, that will be reflected with the another object. So in order to understand that one, first two println statements B1 and B2 to print the height instance variable contained. As I told in the previous concept, by defaultly, or when we create an object, defaultly 0 value will be allotted for each and every instance variables. As an outcome of these two statements execution, we are able to get the output as 0.0 and 0.0 in the two lines. So next I am updating or modifying the content of the height instance variable as 20 corresponding to the object B2. Because of the B2 and B1 objects both are sharing a common memory location, both will be, or B1 B2 modification will be applicable with the B1 also. So in order to understand that one, if I print the B1.height and B2.height, then it is able to print the value 20.0, 20.0, even we applied the modification through the B2 object only. Nothing but whatever the changes we made with the one object, that will be applicable with to the another object also. Next we can understand the adding a method in Java class. How we can create an object. So class box, so double width, height, depth. Next I am taking a one more method volume. Within the volume method I am printing in statement volume is, in another println statement I am printing the multiplication of the three instance variable contents, that is width, height and depth. So I am taking another class box demo in order to define the main method. Within the main method I am creating two objects, mybox1 and mybox2, with the new operators separately. So here we need to understand mybox1 object and mybox2 objects both are using a separate memory locations. So I am assigning some value corresponding to the objects. So mybox1.width, mybox1.height, mybox1.depth is nothing but this will be corresponding to the object mybox1. Next when I go to the mybox2, mybox2 height dot depth, mybox2 dot width means this will be, or these values will be applicable corresponding to the mybox2 objects. When I call the method volume corresponding to the mybox1 and mybox2, then we are able to generate the multiplication of the mybox1 values and mybox2 values. So width, height, depth, that is a 10 into 20 into 15, that value is equal to 3000. Next 13, 25, 17, multiplication of these three values will be equal to 5525 with the statement volume is. So here we need to understand with the, or by just with the objects information we are able to assign the values to the instance variables. Next is a constructors in Java. This is very important concepts. In Java, a constructor is a block of codes similar to the method it is called when an instance of the class is created. It is a special type of method which is used to instantiate the object. Every time an object is created using the new keyword, at least one constructor is called. Rules for creating Java constructor are: constructor name must be the same as its class name. A constructor must have no explicit return type. A Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final and synchronized. There are basically two types of Java constructors, that is default constructor and parameterized constructor. Default constructor is nothing but these will be called with the 0 arguments. Parameterized constructors will be called with the some arguments. Let's understand about the Java default constructor. A constructor is called default constructor when it does not have any parameter. Here is an example which illustrates about the default constructor. Class box with of 3 instance variables, and within that class I am creating an constructor box. Constructor is nothing but name of the method is equal to the name of the class, then that method is called as a constructor. Within the constructor I am printing a statement constructing box, then I am assigning the values to the instance variables. That is, value 100 will be assigned to the width, height and depth separately. Next, as a part of the class box, one more method is defined just to return the multiplication of 3 instance variable contents. Next, I am taking one more class where I am defining a main method, that is box demo. Within that I am creating 2 objects, mybox1 and mybox2, and I am calling an volume method corresponding to the mybox1 and mybox2. With the println statement, we are able to generate the output as constructing box. 2 statements will be printed just by calling or creating an object. Then volume information, that is the volume of first box is volume of second box, will be executed or printed after calling a volume method corresponding to the object separately. So here multiplication of the 3 values 100, 100, 100 in both the objects is same, so that it is printing as a value some 1 lakh. Next, another type of the constructor is parameterized constructor in Java. So in order to understand the parameterized constructor, here is an sample program. Within this I am taking the 3 instance variables and I am creating a constructor with the 3 parameters, that is WID, HEI, DEP, all the 3 parameters of type double. So within the constructor I am printing a statement constructing box, then whatever the arguments we are passing while creating an object, those arguments values should be assigned to the instance variables width, height and depth separately. Next, I am creating a volume method to return the multiplication of 3 instance variables. Within the box demo class, within the main method, I am creating 2 objects, mybox1 and mybox2, by passing 3 arguments information. According to the mybox1, I am passing values 100, 200, 150 corresponding to the width, height and depth respectively. Nothing but WID, HEI and DEP respectively. Similarly, when I create a second object mybox2, I am passing the 3 argument values 30, 60, 90 corresponding to the parameter WID, HEI and DEP. When we are calling the volume method, so along with the println statement message, these are taking the or based on the arguments passing information, multiplication of the values or instance variable values will be getting as an output. For the first volume or mybox1 volume, it is printing some 3000. Then according to the second box information, it is printing the 162000. Thank you for watching this video.